Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Citrus Games. I hope you are wearing your morbid shoes today because we're back with a Mortician's Tale. So, plenty more rubbing up dead people. Actually, that sounded wrong. You know what I mean though. Let's get back into it. December 2nd, 10:22 AM. Straight in with the emails. Look, she's giving the old crematorium thing a wash. Hygienic. I like it. So, the first cremation. Excuse me. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. I like that we've gotten to the point now where we're just talking about stuff like it's just standard. Okay. Let's move on then. So there's our body. Does that mean we don't have to do any of the cleaning up and things then? Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. So we still need to prepare the body. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewellery for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as not to damage them. I thought that people, when they were cremated, were just cremated in whatever they were wearing when they were in the casket. Clothing and jewellery for her to wear. Learning all the time here, guys. Brilliant. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. Okay, click on the necklace and place it on the purple tray. We will place the necklace in the urn with Mrs. Hall's remains later. Okay, we need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click on the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Anywhere in the coffin? Mrs. Hall is now set to be cremated. Well, that was an easy job. So now we just send it in, I think. Oh, there, and now we've got the urn. Okay, so now we've got the urn. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash, so much as bone fragments. Again, something I did not know. I thought it just, you put it into the cremation machine and you get ash out and it comes out and they just put it in a urn or something. Using the cremulator will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Is that down here then? Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top. There's a head. Now the bones have been processed, click on the urn and place it back on the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on the... Oh, there we go. Don't forget the tag. Place that in the urn. Last step, click on the urn's lid and place it on top of the urn. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlour and present it alongside some flowers. How nice! So that's the first cremation that we've done. Now we've got to go and meet the family. We'll go around the room clockwise as normal. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral. I thought I was going to say she never wanted a funeral. I'm not sure many people do. To be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Okay. Actually, should I have paid my respects first? Damn it! She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Glad she was cremated and not in, like, an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. That is nice. I think when I've been to funerals, I've only ever been to cremations. I've not been to many, but I've never had a situation where it's been an open casket and it's going to be been a burial or anything like that. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. There we go. The catering is on point. I think that's it then. I don't know if I'm going to lose marks here for not paying respects. February 14th, 10:14 AM. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure this is the kind of game where you earn marks. It doesn't really seem to be that kind of game. It's more of a guide to being a mortician. Let's check out those emails. So, where is it? Right, let's go straight for the one where they say thank you. So, Amy, I am eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our requests for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. I always want to see these thank you notes, Amy. Should we start from the top? From news about the future. It is with a heavy heart that I write to let you know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I've only just started my career. I have no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. Google, there's nothing that Google can't tell you how to do. The truth is, I really don't know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet, rent is going up in the neighbourhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are to take on more business and offer impressive services. You know the way it goes. This isn't going to turn into one of those games like, where it has to double, that the business has to double as something else. Like we're going to become, I don't know, some kind of crack factory or something like that. I hope not. So we've been bought. Or I sold, either way. Soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. So we're still in business. It's fine. We've still got a job. For tax purposes. Keeping the name for tax purposes. Honestly, I'm trying hard not to see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers, at least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation, having agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but admittedly, I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me, please understand. I understand, Amy. That's fine. Next one then. So this is from Mariana Rains. Hi Amy, you asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. So we've got to remove a pacemaker from someone's chest now. That seems like, is that not something that a doctor might sort of keep hold of if it's still a working pacemaker? Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Well, it's learning something new, so that's fine. We'll take care of it, don't worry. We're on it. So, another cremation. I've forgotten the guy's name already. Mr. Reyes, that'll do. Came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine. Jesus Christ! Don't explode the guy. And we definitely don't want that. No, we don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. Click and drag the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. Is that where the heart? That's not where the heart is. Sweet. As you can see, our pacemaker's really that small then? I thought they were like bigger units. Click on the forceps to click and drag the pacemaker out of the heart. Give it that pacemaker. Ah, so it is a bit bigger. That was just the end of it that we saw. Click on the round identification tag to pick it up and place it in the coffin. Click on that's this one, isn't it? Yeah. Mr. Reyes is all set to be cremated. These are getting easier and easier. I think I may have removed that pacemaker a fraction too fast. Like, whip it out. I was going by the old way of doing it. You know, when you whip a tablecloth off without losing any of the pots. I thought that's the way that you were supposed to do it. We'll need to use the why can I not say this word? Cremulator to break these bone fragments down. Ah, now we can do this on our own. We don't need any help. Why are you telling me? I've just done this myself. I don't need any help. Click on the urn and place it back on the counter. Tag in lid on. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlour and present it alongside some flowers. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrowhead. Right. This time we've got to pay respects first, remember. Again, not that it really makes a difference. I don't really think it does. Pay respects first. This lady's got purple hair. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. There's always a guy standing over in this corner. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? It just shows how people deal with things differently. Like, these guys are just thinking about getting a beer. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Well, that is a shame, to not clear the air before he passed. Imagine something like that stays with you. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. So this is from Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to say thank you for the service the other month, and I apologise if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. No, I imagine not. Thought I'd pass this along to you. Oh, this is given as an option. Good day, Ms. Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. Oh, that's a bit strong, that, isn't it? Can I go against his wishes? I mean, he's not around anymore. I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation, yet anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for a cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or advanced his directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, this is this suicide something you're comfortable with dealing with? Well, the guy didn't. He wanted a cremation. But his family doesn't want that. We have to do as his family wishes. I guess I'm okay with it. I mean, I would prefer to do as the guy wanted, but if it's law and whatnot, and we have to take his family's wishes, we'll just have to do it. So that means this guy's got to be cleaned up and whatnot. No cremation for him. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral, which means the body will need to be prepared and embalmed. Let's start by cleaning the body. Right, we know how to do this. It didn't say how he committed suicide, did it? Click the razor to shave him. We're a professional at this, look at it. I'm pretty sure there's more that goes into being a mortician than this, though. Drag a cotton ball. There should be like a timer. Yeah, extra points for doing it quicker. Prepare for embalming. Yeah, I can do this. Ram the tube in there. Ooh. Oh. I thought it was going to go for the other arm there. Tricked me. I'm not sure what the ticking is, though. Is the ticking the machine, like on a timer, that it has to go through? It seems a bit strange. Wow, there's a lot of massaging this time. Trocar. All done. Mike will take care of Mr. Scott's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in a casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlour. I'm not sure how this one's going to turn out, guys, because we have essentially gone against his will. So there's bound to be some of his friends in there that know exactly what he wanted. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Being able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It just hurts. Yeah, I know. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I wish we were closer. Wow. Holy shit. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. Quiet sobs. The all too real side of it. March 3rd, 10:45 a.m. We are pleased to bring Rose and Daughters on as part of the Hillside Heritage Enterprises. They will be another institution among hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come across to Rose and Daughters. We will send out a memo regarding the specifics of the details of these changes, and we will then expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Chad Grant. I'm not sure I like the subject on Matthew Jeffrey's email. What the hell? We're going to get told off. Can I first say that this is bullshit? Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitative. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. There's a lot of issues being addressed in this game, so let me know what you're thinking to this, the way it's being laid out and the way it's dealing with these issues. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you'd like to see more from me, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell so you know when I next post a video. But as always, guys, thanks very much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.